Commerce class, Unit 10, Handout 4. This is April the 27th. It's a Thursday. Here's the first thing I want to say, just in case you get your assessment back. If it's not on your circle thing, please write down exact value.
I'll just see how long you go. Bless you.
Exact value. If they ask for exact value, they're asking for the fraction. If they ask, I'll put it away for right now. If they ask for just one of them, let's say they ask for the cosine of 60 degrees. Does someone say what fraction they want? The cosine of 60 degrees?
Half. For 60?
Just the 1/2. Someone offered me both of them. It can't be both. Cosine is the first guy. Sine is the second guy. They do like about 4 of these guys on there, which are just you're just looking at your circle, and they're just checking to see do you understand what you're being asked, not how wide or smart you are. If they ask for the sine of, let's do one that's sine of 210.
Negative half.
Sine of 210. I hear negative 1/2. I'm going to look that up and see if it's true.
210?
What's
Yeah,
the sine?
negative.
There's 210. The sine is the second guy. So this is just going to take you all the way back to the very beginning. Hey, do you remember sine and cosine? They're just new words for what is the x coordinate? The first one. What is the y coordinate? The second one. Well, now it has a new name. All right. So let's see. So that's 1/2. That's what I want to say there. What's the other thing I want to say? Let's do the new stuff. My plan is this. First half, easy. Everyone gets the first half. Second half, medium to hard. Some people may have to fix it. So what's the first thing I want them to go to? Page 38 on that one handout. It should have the letters, rather page 40. It should have the letter I on page 40. Page 40, letter I. Page 40, letter I. Where are you, letter I? There you go. This is page 40. This is beginning. It's part of your handout 3, but ultimately it's part of today's handout 4 conversation. This is just a really small piece. So here we begin. I. What is it? It's the answer or the solution to an equation that was hard to solve. Here's the equation that they need to solve, and you can write it down. X squared equals 1. Somebody wrote down this really easy problem and said, hey, go ahead and solve that. Wait a second, scratch that. I'm going to back up. It's x plus 1 equals 0. Someone wrote down this little baby problem, x squared plus 1 equals 0. Hey, go ahead and solve that. And the next person's like, that's easy. All you got to do is obviously just subtract 1 from both sides. Everybody knows that, giving you the x squared equals a negative 1. That's okay, that's true. Right. Then it said, well, all you got to do next is just do square root of that. And so let me rewrite this second part here. I'm rewriting so you don't write 2 things on the same line. Take the square root of both sides, no big deal. This side, of course, you want to go through your x equals, and then over here, that's where they ran into trouble. What is the square root of negative 1? You would say 1, right? But the question is, what number times itself will give you the number in the house? It's 1. Let's put in 1. See, 1 times 1 is a positive 1, so don't forget to use 1. Is there another possible answer out there? Negative 1, right? Negative 1. Negative 1 times negative 1 equals a positive 1, so that doesn't do it. It turns out there's no answer, but this problem at some point they decided, you know what, we need to fill in. Well, we'll put something in, because by putting something in, it will help us solve a bunch of other problems. Even though this one, we really don't have the answer to. So they said, we're just going to imagine what the answer will be. We're just going to say that the answer is some imaginary number. There's some number out there, we don't know what it is.
So it's not possible. But they make up something and all of a sudden it's possible.
Exactly. So that some other things will work. So this thing is kind of broken. So again, I, in this case, is the solution Because they may ask you, well, what is I? It's the solution to the equation x squared plus 1 equals 0.
Oh, yeah.
I is the solution. I'm actually writing it down. For people who aren't here, is the solution, is the solution to the equation. To the equation. X squared plus 1 equals 0. That is the official thing. But you also see up here in the corner, if you had a highlighter, I want you to highlight that I equals radical negative 1. Okay, highlighter, I've highlighted as well. I think I do have a highlighter. Look at this box I put above it. There are two pieces of the puzzle today. This is part of the first piece. It's nice and easy. Any questions? I'm about to leave it. Alright, piece number 2. I don't have space to write it above, but please write down the quadratic formula above on page 41. It says find.
Oh, yeah, it was with the...
I'm going to write mine in. Here comes. I'm going to have to write mine below. I don't have the space. Write yours above.
X equals negative B plus minus.
There's a bad boy.
I don't know, don't bring that up right now. I'm confused.
He wasn't quite sure whether he'd go to the house party.
Oh, I remember this.
Yeah. But he did. There were drugs everywhere through that party. But he was a square. He didn't take drugs. Don't take drugs.
You just said he was a square because he doesn't take
Square
drugs.
good this time. Square good.
Oh,
Square.
okay.
But for not taking drugs, because he was square, he missed out on 4 awesome chicks. Marcus, you're going to get that stuff right now, but you're going to miss out on this stuff. The party was over. 2 a.m. like many clubs. I mean, whatever.
It's 3 now. It's 4.
Now, I wrote it a little bit big. It's big from what I have there. All right, so I'm going to rewrite it, but a little bit smaller. Sorry for at home. The story made it too big, because we're going to need it.
You don't know the quadratic formula?
Now, my space is going to be limited, so I'm going to try and put mine over here. So again, minus b plus or minus radical.
Negative b plus or minus b squared. Minus 4ac. Yeah. No, that's right.
It's x equals negative b plus or minus the square.
All right. This is supposed to be easy, so here we go. First of all, these two equations up here, one of them is already in the right form to use this. The other guy is messed up. That is, there has to be equals to 0 to be able to use the quadratic formula. Over here, because of the 7, this is the place that some people messed up a long time ago, and some people are going to mess up now. So here's the deal. We have to move the 7 over to this side and change the sign, and let this whole thing equal 0. What does he mean? He means this. Hopefully they have them all already set up for you, so that you don't have to do this extra part. When the 7 moves over, it has to be a negative 7. Essentially, we subtract the 7 from both sides. Some student will use 7 as the letter C. Without the negative sign, it'll mess up the whole thing, and I'll be all like sad that I have to put a question mark on it. Nonetheless, we're going to list our A, B, C. We're going to use this first. Oh, we're only doing 2 of these. We're only doing 2. We're going to do this one together with all the negative signs in it. The second with the 7. Oh, calculator. The second one with the 17, you can do on your own. After that, I'll ask, are there any questions? And that's the first half of the mini assessment. So let's put in your ABC. We'll fill it in. Once you have to do the multiplying, I'll get you a calculator. We need our A. I'm going to make A black. B, I'm going to make it red, green rather. C, I'm going to make it blue. Let's ask a question. Anybody out there know what A is going to be?
1. Negative 1.
Yeah, it's going to be negative 1. That is the coefficient of the square term. That's math talk. You go outside and say coefficient, someone will think you're smart. The coefficient of the square term, the number in front of the letter x. That's basically the second power. It is a negative 1. Some people, all the time when they use the letter x, you can't put x in the problem. You're just putting a number. numbers, coefficients.
Sigma A stuff.
Someone different, please tell me what the what b is. -2. You got to use a sign. Some people didn't use the signs. Some people use the letters. And then someone different. What is C, please? Y'all know you're the same person. Come on.
Alright.
Somebody different?
I got.
And there's a movie that
Split.
right. Didn't see it. How was
The
it?
guy from One Punch Man. I didn't like that movie.
Okay.
I heard that it was great.
Uh,
Spoil it.
I didn't like
Write it down. Write it down.
I
Write it down.
I'm still gonna watch it. That was trash.
Here is the other thing I want you to do. Am I recording you, sir? Do me a favor, and I know some of you,
Oh, I didn't see my hair.
you want to do it every single time. Shh. You want to do it every single time, but one time, do it for me. And on the assessment, do it for me. That is, after you write down the formula, which I want you to write down, write it in the parenthesis form. What does it mean, the parenthesis form? That's where, instead of a b, a minus parenthesis, because I'm going to plug something in there, plus or minus, radical parentheses squares. There's a reason for this. Some people with the negative signs, if they don't put these parentheses, they start substituting negative signs where they should not be. In any case, here, minus the 4ac, the two parentheses inside there. I actually want you to do this at least one time. Let's say the second two, there'll be 3 of these on the assessment website. Take the second and third time you don't do this parentheses thing for me, I know the first time you did, okay, they know what they're doing. All right, so this coming show.
Do it all the time. I usually do it like this.
Yeah, it's a good thing to do, because if something messes up, I can tell. Usually where students mess up is right here. When they put in their b, if there's already a -2, they make the whole thing just a regular -2, but it's not that. It's -2 inside of there.
I pretend like the parentheses are like spaces where I have to fill in the whole number.
Oh, okay. Put in your numbers. If you fill out the equation and put in the numbers, but you mess up somewhere in there, I can almost go, oh, okay, they did have the numbers, they could find the ABC, it's just math off a little bit, I can kind of work it out. C is a -7. Calculators are coming out in just a moment. One quick thing.
A lot of it.
This part over here, too loud. This part over here is where some students are going to mess up. So I want to say it out loud over here on the side. When it's time to multiply this 4 times -1 times -7, you must include the negative sign. So you're multiplying a -4 times a -1, which will give us a +4. And then +4 times a -7. I'm going to put it right over here. I'm going to get calculated for those who have issues with positive negative numbers. Just so that you know, yes, I know it's -4 AC.
But it's a negative.
Right. When it's time to multiply, you got to use that as negative. So here it comes. I'm doing it on the side over here. -4 times the -1 is a +4. Times is -7. There's a reason we're only doing 2 of these, because once you set it up, it's just multiplying. That last move, I should put that in the page, but hopefully this will be enough. We got our -28 here. Okay.
Now, sir.
35th. So let's put some stuff in on this row. This negative of a -2 means, what is the opposite of what's inside the parentheses? So let me ask that question. What is the opposite of a -2? I appreciate that. What is -2 squared? And then this -28 that we just got up here, maybe I should put it in blue so that it'd be obvious where I got it from.
Can't you leave them in a parenthesis?
I'll take that.
Let's see
When you put it in, that way you just make it's like minus a negative.
That is, put the -4 button.
My bad. I'm
Yeah.
done for that.
All right, and then on the bottom, someone say 2 times a -1, please. It's going to be a -2 there. Let me get some calculators.
The thing.
Well, no, I'll finish it off, then I'll get the calculator. No. Calculators, I'm going to do 4 minus 28 so I can see what it'll give us. I heard -24, the numbers inside the house. I'm about to make a big point right now.
Take it.
This wants to make. In order for these problems to do what they're supposed to do at this level, level 10, unit 10, there needs to be a negative sign inside the radical. This is the part that they want to figure out, does this kid understand? And that is, what do I do with the negative sign if it's inside the radical? The answer is I take that same red minus sign, and I rewrite it as the letter I, and leave everything behind. Now, it's possible to break down this 24, but I'm not going to require it, because that's not the big goal of this. The big goal is, can you go from here, negative, inside a radical, to I?
So we can just do 24.
Yeah, let's do that as that.
So I 4.8.
That's how I'll know that you're not doing it. You won't do the calculator on that. They believe, essentially, you're not...
You do the I-20.
Oh, we're just writing that out.
That is it. So this is the goal right here.
Freak, I forgot to write I.
Okay, so you know I is square root of negative 1.
Take a look and say something.
So basically, we're just doing this quadratic formula, and once we get to the last step, we just take out the square, we just take out the negative 1. I mean, we just take out the 24. So put it in 24.
This guy is actually going to keep B. So you know what you're saying? Yeah, you're right.
I'll figure it out. Thomas,
Say it, say it.
when we put it as I and then the square root of 24, aren't we taking the 24?
If the 24 were a perfect square, like a 16 or a 25, you're right, it'd be, let's say it were a 16, it'd be 4I. Both of them would come out.
So basically, it's a 24 times I, and then just be separated them, basically.
Right. So if I were rewriting it the way she's kind of
So
saying
we
it
put
here.
I on the outside, and then we leave it 24, so it won't be negative anymore.
Right. We don't want it negative. So this in here could kind of be rewritten as negative 1
I love that song.
and 24.
And we take out the negative 1, it just turns into I.
Because the square root of negative 1 is I. Alright, take a look. This red I is the thing that will get you what you need or mess you up. Alright, go ahead and try one now. You're going to try it with big numbers. Do you have a calculator? Do me a favor. The next door problem, now obviously, nice space is limited. Is there, what's on the next page? You can use it, you can use the next page if you need to. Here's what I want though. List your A, B, C on the side. That way I know that one, they chose the right letter for A, B, C. And then write out the formula, put in the parentheses just this once, and then start going down until the end. I'll leave this one on the board so you can see it next to this line. It's really important to me.
I am you overachiever, stop.
This star line is important because if all the numbers are right, and I know they know what they're doing. If one of the numbers are off, they chose the wrong ABC, they don't know the formula, then I don't need to look below whatever.
What's the difference between price and cost?
All right, on the second problem, maybe they can, maybe the people here can help me. Let me get an A, a B, a B, and a C. What is the A in this problem? Thank you. What is the B in this problem? And then the C?
17.
It helps that you put up the and done.
Right. Do write this on the side or something somewhere. That way, if you miss it, I know they chose the right letters. If it's wrong, that way I know, oh, they put a 2 or whatever instead of that. All right, I'm going to try and put it in people at home. And then we're moving on. Minus parentheses, plus or minus radical, parentheses, square, minus 4, parentheses, all over 2, parentheses. What am I putting in here? The B is green, 2. The A is red, 1. The C is 17. Next row I have a minus 2, plus or minus a 4. Minus 136? No, it was 136, it was 68. 68. all over A2, the next row, they subtracted 4 minus 16, which gave a what? Gave a negative 64. Let me put that in red because that's the most important part right there. So look at this, look. All over 2. Final answer I will take, even though some people can go further than this, will be an I. Gotta put down the 8. I can't put down the radical 64. So those who did the radical 64, sorry, can't do it. 8I. Oops, over 2. Take a look at the answer. I know I looked on your papers. I even checked and marked it. So, yeah, you got. Look in there and fix whatever that thing. I think it's because you put a instead of a 7. Oh, instead of a 17. Right. This is hard to see. This is 17 people. I'm trying to write that in. If you're at home, let me see if I can fix that. Can't leave it like that.
Oh, you're getting my emails.
17. Pause. I'm about to leave this. Highlighter. A highlighter. Please highlight the 3 or 2 that are going to be really important. Highlight. The 2. U2 is going to be important. He's old school. How do you build 2? You always start with a 1. A wonderful line going to the right. See if you can draw that. Line going to the right. And then to do a 2, you start backing up to the left. Back up to the left. And there's a 2. We're going to build a 4 in a second. It's the same way. You can build a 5, but we're not. Do me a favor, highlight the 4, degree 4. These are polynomial functions. We're going to build them again. The solution, how is it? The degree, the orientation of the solution, the x-intercepts, the y-intercept, and there's one other part they're going to ask you to throw in. So that you're going to remember. Some of you may have completely forgotten. But this is the part where, fortunately this time, you'll be using the computer to produce the picture. You'll have to back up from the picture to write out the equation. So here comes this guy here. If I'm building a 4, I start with a 1. I back up. There's a 2. There's a 3. And there's a 4. Yes, it is a W. 1, 2, 3, 4. Write it down. 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 Write it down.
He dropped out?
Yeah, his game's good.
Who dropped out? His kid?
Any question on how to build a 4 or a 2? I mean, it's right there for you. In fact, let me have you. I'll leave it ever. I can have you.
Earlier said, I don't think you was drop out.
All right, here we go. Let's go to the next page. Next page. Go to this one now. Flip back. Flip back.
Guys, national student walkout at 12.
Oh my god.
You ever walk out of your classes at 12?
Honestly,
Next
I'm
page.
so concerned.
At 12. No, please. All right, now everybody. It's a joke. All right, everybody. Flip to the back. What's important on this one? If it's an odd degree, it's a 3, it's a 5, it's a 7. Even though we'll never use a 7. Highlight, please. Go from low to high, please. Mark that on the back of your page, please.
Oh.
Low to high. This just says minor until you actually have to build. Even degrees. It's always going to start high and high. And this circle over here, mark positive, mark positive. Mark positive over to the left. So again, not only drop, mark it.
Cooperate, guys.
Yeah. So we get through this because I got to give you a test. Hopefully 30 minutes or less. Notice that they're negative. It'll be going down. All right, let's see. We're going to actually start building though. Let's start building. Some of you may remember this guy from Unit 7.
I do.
So let's ask question number 1. What is the degree on this problem?
7.
7 is going to be close.
Oh.
6 is going to be correct. How did you get the 6?
Because you have a two,
I just
exponents is 3, 2, and a 1.
Yeah, that invisible 1 is what some people may not have seen.
I count this twice.
In factored form, you just add the exponents, and that gets you the degree.
Yeah, dude.
The degree comes from adding this guy, and this guy for those who are at home. Let's skip the orientation, positive or negative.
Positive.
Positive, if there's no minus sign in front of the factored form or the standard form, it is positive, so put a plus sign there. How many solutions? Right, 3 is going to be close. 5 is getting closer. When it's in factored form, the degree and the number of solutions for x-intercepts are exactly the same.
She doesn't want to know as much as she does.
Please double underline x-intercepts, and below that write the word zeros. They can ask you for the x-intercept solutions in 3 different ways.
Is that how you spell zeros?
Is there an extra E?
I think so, but I'm
No,
not
there
sure.
isn't.
Don't trust her grammar.
They can say, please find the zeros. There's 1 0. I'm just making this up just so you know what you're looking for. There's another 0.
Wait, do we not draw this then?
No, don't draw that part. There's another 0. Or, please find the x-intercepts.
That was my childhood movie. Besides the
1 x-intercept, 2 x-intercept, 3 x-intercept. Please find the solutions. 1 solution, 2 solutions. Same thing, you're looking for, different words. All right, here we go. Let's see. If you answer, don't answer again. Someone tell me what one of the roots are. There are 3 of them available. Please tell me what. 2 is going to be close. So yeah. Same number, opposite sign, and it's true. Once you write it here, it has to be in as a coordinate. That's one of the zeros or one of the x-intercepts. Someone different, give me the second one.
3 0.
This time it's a positive, same number, opposite sign. Written as a coordinate. The 0 comes second. And then someone different, give me the last.
-5.
X. -5 will do. Same number, opposite sign. If they give you, in fact, today we're going to be actually going in reverse, where you are -5 and a 0. So on this one now, you're going to go ahead and actually plot these solutions, these x-intercepts, these zeros. When you plot it, you use this version down here. If they give you the plotted version, which is what they're going to do, you're going to have to rewrite this original equation. Just remember, you have to switch the signs when you go backwards. All right, let's see if we can put those guys in. -2, I see you right there. +3, I see you. You're right there. If this is kind of coming back to you, you're following it, that's good news because this is supposed to be the medium/hard part. It's only because there's so much stuff to it. Somebody's going to forget, okay, they're just going to put a 2, a -3, and a 5. That'll mess them up. Where's that 5? Oh, it's a -5. Wow. Do me a favor, below each one of them, put the actual number, -5, 0, -2, 0, and 3, 0. Please write it below them, please. Why? Because what's going to happen on the, you're going to actually get these guys just given to you, just like this. You're going to have to back up to write it down as the roots, it's given. Then you're going to have to back up high to write it as the factored form, knowing that it's the same number, but the opposite sign in a parenthesis with the letter X. So you're going to get a chance to do that in just a second. But for now, let's just finish this guy off. Single, double, triple, you may remember this, those words. 2, is it a single, a double, or a triple?
A single.
It is a single because of that 1. All right, someone else answer for the 3. A single, double, triple.
So double.
It's a double because of the
I'm so sorry. Not everything's about you. There's a lot of things about me.
And then the last one, the 5, single, double, or triple. Because of the
triple.
3.
Oh, you guys are so weird.
Triple double.
I've never seen it before.
So unit 7. Well, how does that help us? Well, it's time to draw the picture. we have to use that information. In other words, if you go through, how can I write it? If you go through it with a single, please draw an arrow. It just goes straight through. If it's a double, you can't pass the x-axis. You're going to either bounce off of it and go up, or if you start it going down, you start at the rainbow. A triple. Anybody know what happens on a triple?
Oh, baby.
It's gonna start up and then it's gonna go down and then it's gonna go down.
It goes down, up, and down.
Don't give me that look.
Those answers are correct if we were drawing a regular triple, but for the purposes of this, it just means it bends through the point. So let me see if I can do something like that through the point. All right. The y-intercept.
You pheasants.
You're gonna miss one because it's only literally.
Sure. Let's do the y-intercept. Calculators, get it ready, please. To do the y-intercept, please circle the following. The 2 raised to the 1 power. Circle the negative 3 raised to the 2 power. This is our y-intercept we're going to be getting. And then circle the 5 raised to the 3rd power. To get the y-intercept when it's in factored form means there's a bunch of parentheses there. Standard form, which is the kind we're about to look at, unfortunately, but whatever. You raise it to the power, and then multiply times the next guy in line after you raise it to the power. In other words, 2 to the 1st power is going to be a 2. Good there. Negative 3 to the 2nd power. Calculators.
What?
9.
Why do we need a calculator?
And then 5 to the 3rd power.
125.
Double check that on your calculator to make sure it really does it. To get the y-intercept, we have to multiply those 3 numbers. The good news is today, you're just going to be looking at the computer version of it, and where it hits the y line, that's the y-intercept. So we're doing the long version so that you remember all the pieces. What we'll do next is the backup version. I don't even have to use a calculator. What does it equal, please?
0,2250.
0, comma?
0,
For the,
y-intercept.
when you multiply?
Oh, just
okay.
the answer.
All right, I got it.
2,250.
All right, say the number.
2,250.
It was this extra 0, like she's saying the answer starts with a 0, but what is true when you multiply this big number, it gives you the 2250. When you write it as an ordered pair, it has to be 0, comma, the other guy. All right. Let's try and draw this picture. Your version is going to be a simplified picture. This is a harder picture. Yours will be simplified, so there it goes. This is a 6, which makes a W. Oh, do me a favor next to the degree 6. Please draw this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Thanks, now you don't look at us. Who doesn't care about us?
All right, here it comes. I'm coming in first.
Just start clapping.
I'm on a Yeah, it's not important. It's not important.
You get good notes because we clapped for you or no?
No, they didn't even recognize you guys.
Damn.
Here comes
Patrick.
the 5. Is the 5 a single, double, or triple?
It's a triple.
All right, it means I got to bend through it when we hit it. Let's see if I can back out
Or we
again.
bounce off it. Just kidding, that's a double.
Let's see, come through,
Together. We
bend,
have a big head.
and go down. That's a triple. There usually aren't very many triples on these test level problems. We got to swing back around to get through that 2. Is a 2 a single, a double, or triple? Somebody, how low do you go before you turn around?
I have a question. It's like
As low as you want.
is that line supposed to not be straight?
It's supposed to be crooked.
It's supposed to be crooked.
When it goes through the point, it has to
And it
bend
goes
to
straight
the
to
triple.
2.
Okay.
The 2 is a single, so she is right.
I wasn't trying to judge you. I was just asking.
It's a W.
That's fine.
That's me and Reggie discussed like. No, you constantly judge Richard. You should really leave him alone.
This thing up here, can't get up to 22, so just right here. Right, 2250. I'm gonna go above it actually, 2250. Sorry, 2250. We're gonna run out of time. And come back down. The 3 single, double, or triple, double. Now the double is actually important because those tend to show up the most. So what do you do with the double if you're coming like above the way we are? You would bounce on it. In other words, it wouldn't go through. If you're going from the bottom up, it bounces on and go down. Doubles are kind of the most famous, and singles.
Singles. And I suppose you should have more Christmas.
The last thing I'm going to write down is they're actually going to ask for the domain and range, which is another thing which we hadn't done before, but I'm going to put it down anyway. Domain.
You know, just
Wait,
ask
what does the curves mean? Wow.
No part. Range.
Follow point quotes and your song. Your song.
That's so mean.
Wait till it's good. No music. Not till it's good. Music is like doing this kind of techniques.
Why are we talking about this?
Domain, range.
And I was like, singles are
Right.
my favorites. You know? She just said singles are my favorites, and I was like, yeah, just like
Domain.
with Taylor Swift.
Write down left to right.
After
Left
and like about 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
to right.
Who made who more famous than Jay-Z make Beyonce?
I think Jay-Z did.
Maybe
Yeah.
Beyonce.
Can we talk about how
Range. Write down bottom to top.
She fell off after
like why? Why would she subject
Like he fell
herself to that
apart
thing?
though. Like I mean,
Is there a bottom?
haha, Jay.
The word bottom is there you?
No.
He said,
You said button.
wow.
All right.
Yeah, both of
He said,
Bottom
I can't
to
put
top.
his lap so bad.
Write those down. Write those down.
someone do. Does anyone know how to do a Seth Rogen laugh?
Uh,
I have done Seth Rogen laughs so
No,
much.
no, no. All right.
Can you do it?
Go left to right. For these from left to right, it goes on and on forever and ever from the left because of the arrow. On and on forever from the right because of the arrow. So
I watched a YouTube video of Seth Rogen laughing.
you're gonna write negative infinity,
I love his laugh.
the positive infinity. The
Oh,
domain
okay.
from left to right, it goes forever to the left because of the arrow, forever to the right because of the arrow. This range is not gonna be that good looking, but I'm still gonna write it.
You speak like
Here it comes.
Like,
Can you?
The range, I'm gonna count down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The bottom, the lowest this thing goes is a -5.
Ow.
And then to the top, the arrows are going up forever and ever, so it goes all the way up to positive infinity.
oh.
But then,
Guess what? Good morning.
No, Marco. Take a look at yours. If you went lower than my 5, like my picture, I happen to go to about 5, then put your bottom number. So it's halfway
Well,
where it
mine's
goes.
negative
The
40.
good news is what we're about to do with the test version, it will be exact. We'll use the computer, so the picture is going to give us all the same picture. So our bottom is going to be the same, or top if it was going down. All right, let's see if we can do the test version. Any other question on this one?
No. Is this the other half of the test? Oh, okay. This year was pretty easy.
Yeah, that's why I said to the end. The last one to be.
Okay.
Please go to this page here.
on your right side.
Oh, it's like Tuesday all over again.
On this guy, please. We're gonna put down everybody. We're gonna try and put down degree, even though you might get it later. Degree. You're gonna put down the orientation. You're gonna try and figure out the solution. But I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna see if I can help you with a little bit. The x-intercepts, that's important, or zeros, x-intercepts. The y-intercept, the domain,
You can domain.
and range.
Oh, that's degree.
This is test life. And then we'll do one more test like after that. I'll check to see how you feel.
I hate high schoolers, but I'm so...
Which one do I want you to do first? And we need actually the equation.
Yeah.
It's going to be y equals.
This?
This could be in degree form, in formula form. Factor form. So here's what I want you to do with the highlighter, please. With the highlighter, please highlight the x-axis with one color. Even if you're listening to Anna,
Wait a minute, Thomas.
please highlight the x-axis in one color because that's going to get you your x-intercepts. The reason I'm doing this is some students would include a number that is not one of the x-intercepts. So let me ask this. Look at the board. Which one of the 4 is not an x-intercept?
0, -4.
He is not. Do me a favor. Highlight the y-axis in a different color. So that way, your x-intercepts will all be red, and your y-intercept is going to be green. So what's the first thing he wants them to do? Write down your x-intercepts on the side, please. Write down your x-intercepts on the side over here.
Can I just write it by X and
Also below them, put zeros just in case your test asks for zeros. They're the same thing. X-intercepts and zeros.
What is the equation?
Write those down. You don't have an equation right now. You just have a picture. You got to go backwards now. And I'm actually going to help you by putting in your parentheses when it's time to write down the actual equation. We don't know if they're 1, 2s, or 3s yet. But when you begin your test, step 1, x-intercepts. Step 1, step 2, y-intercepts. Those are the 2 easiest to get correct. We can do it by tables. Yeah, we'll do tables. Let's make this table 1. We'll get 1 of the x-intercepts. This table we'll do 2. We'll get the second one. We'll make you 2 over here. Table get the third one. So we're just getting 1 of the x-intercepts. All right. So there we go. First x-intercept front table.
-4.
And you will notice they are just going to give it right to you. So that's why this part, not super hard. All right, the second x-intercept, please. Or 0. 0. Thank you. And the third one. 1, 0. Someone else? Anybody? Give me the y-intercept.
I was just so best to go.
Y-intercept, please.
You guys table start. 0, -.
All right. We're coming around again to the tables. Table 1, who gave me the first x-intercept. Tell me how to write it as part of the formula. And let me do a little hint.
X plus 4.
You know what? I was gonna say that. Honestly, you actually like 2 times. So like, wait your turn.
Right. So x plus a 4, because it was a -4 when it was
I hate
0.
you, but I love
Back table, give me the second factor.
Plus what? Okay.
And then we can do the third one.
I just saw it. The one person see.
Yes, you just said that, but technically x plus a -1 is correct.
You know that I don't know anybody.
Back to Marco's table. This first one is it a single, a double, or a triple?
I don't know. I think it's a single because it goes straight through it.
It is a single. Because it does in fact go straight through. I'm gonna put a 1 up here. You don't have to put a 1. I'm gonna put 1. You don't have to. I probably shouldn't even put it because it's gonna mess it up.
Yeah, no, Thomas, we're smarter than that. You always think we're dumber than we are.
I don't know.
Guess what? Richard thinks we're a lot smarter than we are, and I got 100 on my last test.
Back table.
Is that just an excuse to
Single, double, or
brag about
triple?
your 100?
Yes.
Double. That's gonna be close.
No, that's a triple.
It's a single in her life.
Yeah, it's still a single. It just goes straight through. It doesn't bend because it's no. Right. No. Yeah. Where it goes through it. So another single. I'm gonna put a 1. Those. I'm erasing 1 extra. Over here, this last guy. Single, double, or triple. It is a single because again it just goes straight through. But those were like, okay, well, what would it look like for a double? If this last were a double, it would go like this. It bounced off. If it were a triple, this one when it goes through, it would bend.
Okay, that's too simple.
But it doesn't. So. Again, most of the time they do either singles or doubles. They usually don't like.
Wait, so that one's what? A double?
This one here.
No, the third one.
one is a single. I just shown what it would look like if it were a double.
Oh, okay.
Again, like I said, normally they love singles and maybe doubles. What else do we need? Oh, we need a degree.
Are they all singles?
They happen to be all singles. Someone say a degree on this one, please.
3.
3 is the degree sheet, right? Someone else, please tell me what the number of solutions will be.
3.
It's the same voice.
No, it's a little deeper this time.
Alright, I'll do that.
3.
Chest heads, yeah.
Is this thing positive or negative? Positive or negative?
It's positive.
Yeah, it's positive. Because it starts low
Everyone clap their
No,
original
but I
song.
don't do the rest.
and ends
I don't
up.
have BS. Not really. If I just treat it like that, will they?
Solution and the degree is always the same.
Ravioli, give me the fork.
Last part that you do it on the computer, and then I give it to you. Last piece, domain and range. Left to right, the arrows on this one make it go forever and ever to the
Yeah.
left.
So
Right.
they're gonna make the same.
Yeah, and the range, the arrows are still pointing up and down. So this one's kind of weird. It won't be a number. So domain, all the way to the left, all the way to the right,
Being pretty good at making this comment.
You guys remember how?
and then the range all the way from the bottom
You guys ever find out what's
all the way to the top. Grab a computer, turn it on, please. Grab a computer, turn it on, please. At home, you're going to page 43. You're going to use decimals to
Exit.
do this problem. You're going to do your
No, wait, matter.
equation. You're going to do the
I probably.
orientation,
Yeah, wait, no.
solutions,
I already knew it.
x and
I already knew it.
I don't know what that is, but you're.
y and
Oh,
domain
okay.
Partially done.
Okay.
and range.
Alright, I understand. Huh.
What is and?
I do that.
At home, you are going to sketch a picture, and at some point, I'll probably put it on decimal so that you can see it.
I watched it.
All right, folks, at home, the equation on page 43 is x to the 4th power.
Guys.
Is it what? It's minus
If I start talking about
9.
like 26.
You guys have to get around to it.
My name, girl.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Make sure if you're talking, you got your stuff done, though. Make sure you're talking, you got stuff done.
Better
I'm telling you, if I start to not me, girl.
On today's, when you do it, just make sure you click on. It'll give you your x-intercept.
Same as the degree.
So let me see if I can write in my x-intercepts on actual page 43.
Don't participate if they're correct. Do better than that.
Let me see, where am I?
Shut up, you love that.
I do, but
I'm going to sketch the picture. It goes down to,
Tell like I'm not.
was that 20?
I remember when that came on First Network, I was lit. I was like, oh my god, this is the best movie ever.
Was it 20?
It was negative 20.25.
Whoa.
What was that?
But that was your asking.
That's how low it goes? No, how
Okay,
low
yeah,
the
that's how low
W
it
goes. 20.25?
It's negative 2.1, comma, negative 20.25.
Alright, so I'm sketching my picture. This is what I'm going to look for
Wow, Tom.
on your assessment.
See you, fat boy.
This is a negative 3, comma 0,
Have you seen him like that?
0.
Oh my god.
Write it in, here it comes.
You know, Casey.
0, 0. We're running out of time. And what's the other guy? He's a 0, comma, I'll put him in green.
Why?
Lord.
Pedro's biting.
The 3, comma 0 is a single, double, or triple.
It's a single.
We got 2 singles and a 0, comma 0.
It's a double.
Yeah, that's the part that's going to be important for your final answer when you write out the equation in factor form.
That's great.
See up here, when you have these 3 guys.
That's why it's gonna add up to 4.
Uh-huh.
Why? Because I didn't
Negative 3, 0, and a positive 3.
I don't know what that is.
Where's black?
Here comes x plus a 3.
Yeah, there's already no.
X minus a 0.
Plus or minus, it's plus or minus.
Yeah.
Well,
And also breaks, it's correct.
X.
X.
Now here's what's true about this guy in the middle. He's going to actually want this being an X. I'm going to let the minus 0 plus 0 be there. And again, the first guy, he's a single. The last guy, he's a single. This middle guy is a double.
So many friends.
Look at it, look at it. See it. What is the degree on this one, please?
4.
Solutions?
4.
Half what's relevant.
And then the orientation,
Positive.
he's a regular W. If he's pointing down like the letter M,
Oh, it's positive? I thought it was negative.
It's not.
What if I once you wave?
do me a favor, please circle that 4 right there on the actual problem. When it's in standard form, that is not factored, it's not the parentheses touching each other, the largest degree is actually the degree of the problem. Last part, last part. The domain, Marcos, what do you think the domain is? Somebody help him out.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it just goes from left to right. Someone tell me what the range is going to be.
I don't understand the range.
Again? Yeah. Negative 20,
Why did I write it as
5, and it goes up forever and ever to positive infinity. 1 minute. Take the assessment of your POS, X step, Y step to the right.